So here in southern Alberta, we have a lot of wind, and instead of complaining about it, I built a garden to embrace it. This garden is called my kinetic energy bed, and it is purposely built and completely designed with it to move and blow in the wind to create its whole entire body of look. You can see that we have copper wind dart in the back. That's kinetic energy, but all the grasses, the iris, the daylilies, the nepitas, and the salvias also all move and flow with the wind. And that is part of this whole bed. This bed also can take a lot of drought, and we planted big and large species. And you can sort of see now, here goes the wind, and every day this bed has to move and flow. Space. I use a lot of fencing material to divide up the smaller space to give the eye time to rest between the gardens and define different areas. Now, when we're in a retail greenhouse, my garden, the inner area is more private, where I can have a bit of downtime. But we have, so it makes it more private and public areas that people see. The type of fencing that I like to use is a very English look. I'm a first-generation Canadian on my mother's side, and so I have a lot of English history. And I love the English formal grated look, and it really suits this style of planting. All right, well, this is a pergola, and by now you're beginning to think that my garden is huge. In fact, my garden is relatively small, but it is just really well planned, and I've been thinking about what to do for 20-something years. So as things died out or changed, I rechange and rebuild and completely go in a different direction. This is one of the different directions, and this pergola provides a peekaboo screen through into a lower garden area next to the pond, so you do get glimpses and hints of what's behind it. It does draw your eye around. As well, it is a very warm and inviting structure that makes you, as you walk in. It is very formal, but the planting in front of it is very informal. We have tried to use strictly perennials in there, and we have made it very fun and casual. So it is even though the structure is very heavy, we've tried to have an informal planting underneath. We love it for lots of things that we can do down here. It adds a totally different element to the garden. It does sound nice, and we are able to take our fish out of the aquarium each year. On the far side, you'll notice that that garden is actually a traditional bog garden, and it looks like it's just planted in soil, but it actually has the water go into it. And so those plants may not be hardy in a regular garden bed, but because we're able to put peaty, boggy conditions, we are able to have little different plants in there. And right now we have tall trollius, which are hardy, but in the spring you'll see rare and unusual primulas and an iris and things that wouldn't be hardy in our zone 2 down here, but they are, because I'm able to manipulate the soil and the moisture content, and so it's more native.